So let yourself come to a comfortable position. You can be lying down or sitting down, up to you. Whatever feels good to have your spine straight. And you can fidget at any time. You don't have to be perfectly still. We're going to take the next half an hour to help us feel grounded and balanced. We're doing a harmonizing breath practice today. So perhaps, maybe let's start with eyes open. A bit of a change. And keeping your eyes open, just allow yourself to center yourself with your breath. So I really take on board the teachings that say if you practice with your eyes open, you're better able to apply these practices during the day when you're busy. If you have to always close your eyes, then there's an element of escapism happening, and also the sort of detachment from real life. So being able to be grounded and present whilst life's moving around you is a real gift. So keeping the eyes open while you practice is one way of supporting that. And we're breathing in and out through the nose. You might naturally start to hear an Ujjayi breath. Ujjayi breath is where you're breathing in and out through the nose, but there is a slight vibrational movement in the throat. And we'll bring our hands up in front of us here. And then start to move them out to the side so we can start to trace the expansion of our peripheral vision. So see how far back you can take your hands without losing sight of your hands through either eye. And keep going to that place with the edge. Just notice how wide that periphery vision is, and then bring your hands down, but keep the vision there. Keep that landscape of vision. Breathing in and out through the nose. And then we'll do the same with our sense of hearing. So expanding the sense of hearing. So to begin with, you might notice what you can hear in your space. You might start to notice what's in the building, and what's outside. And just like we did with our vision, we're just expanding and allowing the landscape to become broader, the landscape of our hearing. And gently pressing the tongue up into the roof of your mouth. And feeling the sitting bones if you're sitting. If you're lying down, whichever parts of you are connecting to the floor. Letting the shoulders melt away from the ears. And then bringing the sense of your sense of hearing back to the intimate sounds of your body, the breath, the heart. Maybe a gurgle or two. Softening the eyes. If you choose, you can of course close your eyelids or keep them open. But either way, allow the eyes beneath the eyelids to soften. And taking right ear down to right shoulder, let's circle. And give our bodies the gift of some gentle movement. with full presence, chin to chest. Left ear to left shoulder. And coming up and over. And then switching directions, left ear to left shoulder. Feeling it all, hearing it all, sensing it all. Chin to chest. Ear to shoulder and up and over. So all these practices, we're always creating space. Space around our thoughts, space within our body, space between the breaths, allowing things to have space to be. Okay, and then coming to neutral and slowly circling shoulders. And if it feels like a good idea, then maybe the elbows start to circle too. Different movement in the shoulders. How slow will you allow yourself to go? And then full arm extensions. Inhaling as the arms come up and exhaling as the arms come down. The next time the arms are up overhead, reach the fingertips up high. Press the sitting bones down into the floor. If you're lying down, then just get some length through the body. And then you're going to fold your elbows so your head is still relaxed, your neck is relaxed. And the arms are creating a framework around the head. And this just helps the diaphragm to remember its capacity to move. So as you breathe in, the tummy expands. And as you breathe out, the tummy pulls back towards the spine. A nice deep diaphragmatic breath. And just be sure there's no tension. It can accidentally creep in towards the shoulders and the neck. If it does create tension, then just bring your arms down. In fact, let's all just bring our arms down now. Take your hands to your knees. Slowly start to circle your heart. An opportunity for your lower back to communicate. How's it feeling? Slow, steady breath with slow, steady circles. If you're lying down, you can always circle your wrists or your feet if that feels good. Switching directions, those of us sitting up. It's all an invitation to explore yourself, your body, your feelings, your emotions, your senses. You can't do that in a rush. Coming back to center. Laying your hands in your lap, one palm on top of the other. Drifting the shoulders away from the ears. Let's start with some breath awareness, noticing how your inhale feels and how your exhale feels. And feeling into the space between the breaths, a nice 4-stage breath, inhaling, holding with the lungs full, exhaling, and holding with the lungs empty. Remembering it's not so serious. It's funny how we drop into such a serious facial expression sometimes. It's that lovely truth of the polarities both being true. It's serious because it really helps, it really makes life better for yourself and everyone. But it's not serious because it's all just a dance, it's all just a game. So keeping our hearts light, curious, as we notice what's going on with our breath today. We're going to use some shapes with our practice. So let's start with the circle. We'll do a circular breath. So for the circular breath, we don't really hang out in the gaps between the breath. We don't really do a full 4-stage breath. We just inhale and visualize a circle going over to the side and up. And then as you reach the top, you switch to the exhale as you come round to the side and down. So a circular breath, inhaling as you come up and exhaling as you come down. We're trying to let the breath become quite silky and smooth. Softening out any jagged edges. And every day the breath practice is different, so don't expect it to feel like it did last time. Just stay super curious as to how it feels today to do a circular breath. And then we can move to a square breath, so inhaling as you travel up the right hand side of the square, holding as you travel across the collar, exhaling as you travel down the left hand side of the square, and holding as you travel across the base of the pelvis. Maybe visualizing light as the breath follows this beautiful harmonious square pattern. Same length of time. Inhale, hold, exhale, hold. So square breath is a really nice breath practice to come to any time. You can do that. You can do any of these practices anytime, but a square breath is so fundamentally harmonizing. I don't think there's a more simple or more powerful breath practice that I've come across. You can also start to play with triangles, so we're going to go into the pyramid breath. And if this doesn't feel comfortable, then just stay with square breathing. So for the pyramid breath, you inhale, let's say for the count of 4, and that takes you up the incline. And then as you exhale, you come down the decline. Same count of 4. And then as you travel across the base of the pyramid, it's a short, fat pyramid, so it's twice as long as you travel along the base, a count of 8. So inhaling for 4, exhaling for 4, and then traveling along the base for 8. And I'm not going to say the count and dictate the length for you. I'm going to let you find the count for yourself. So you'll choose the tone, you'll choose the pace. Inhaling for 4, exhaling for 4, and holding with lungs empty for 8. Anytime you feel uncomfortable doing that, go back to square breathing. For our final practice, we're going to use a ribbon breath, and we're going to just bring the inhale down into our hearts, like a ribbon. And then as you exhale, exhale from your heart out through your nostrils. And as we gently breathe in through the nose into the heart space, notice how the heart is able to expand. And as the heart is expanding with that breath, we're going to allow it to percolate and become even more powerful by adding the kindling to the flames of some gratitude. So as you continue to do this ribbon breath into your heart and out through your nostrils, allow some things to rise to your awareness that you're grateful for. It doesn't matter if it's the same things every day or if it's completely new. It can be random, it can be existential, or it can be entirely tiny and minuscule and individual. Just allow whatever it is that comes up with a little smile, things that you're grateful for right now. And still the ribbon breath, breathing into your heart, breathing out from your heart. And perhaps there's an intention for the week ahead. Our theme for this month is play. Maybe there's something around that. Just trust whatever comes up from your heart, and we know that sometimes it's not quite as simple as hearing a very clear message. Sometimes these communications, they just gently filter in through your awareness, and you may never consciously think, that's my intention, but somehow, on some level, the intelligence inside of you responds to the invitation to set an intention from your heart. And then with a gentle smile, bringing your hands to your heart, dropping your chin to your chest, offering the fruits of our practice to all sentient beings at all times, that we may all remember how it feels to be grounded and rooted in the space of love. Namaste, everybody.